Well, hey y'all, I just wanted to give you a quick tour so you can see what's going on in my garden. Cuban oregano, which smells amazing. These are just some little sweet potato slips that I popped in the ground right here. I'm hoping that they will spill downhill to use as a ground cover. Blackberry bush. This is my nectarine tree, y'all. I just picked 5 off of it this morning. Moving on over here, this is my first row of zipper peas. I will be succession sowing zipper peas. And then this is green beans, which also will be succession sowed. You can see the first row on the left, and I've got another row popping up on the right. Moving on over to my arch trellises. This is where I will be doing my cherry tomatoes. Got a nice volunteer sunflower here. They volunteered in the perfect spot. This is another volunteer sunflower. They're great to plant with your tomatoes because they attract the squash bugs, which you can see one right there. More cherry tomatoes. This is a kale that I will keep over the summer, hopefully. Cut it back and let it grow back. Got some baby dill. And this is my first planting of cucumbers. Cucumbers I'm also going to succession sow. So these are the furthest along of everything that I have. More dill, which is a great thing to plant with your cucumbers. It helps repel the little worms that get into your cucumbers and destroy them. Volunteer tomato plant. All right, let's move on to the back. Oh, here's another volunteer sunflower. I love it. This row right here is eggplant with another volunteer tomato. Those are all over the garden. This is a Meyer lemon. Back here on this trellis, I've got goji berries. These little peppers are looking nice and healthy. Peppers tend to grow a little bit slower, so you gotta have patience with them. These are my Florida Wild Grove and Sweetie Drops. In this little bed right here, I actually just seeded some jambalaya okra, which is a hybrid, supposed to be a real good producer. Need to get this bed covered with some mulch, but this okra is off to a good start. Okra is another thing that I'll also succession sow. This little bed right here are more sweet potatoes. I've actually got more sweet potatoes coming. And back here, I've got more peppers. These are shishito peppers and serrano peppers. All right, moving way in the back. Here's a pineapple guava. I still have some onions I'm waiting on. Strawberry guava. And again, more sunflowers. I have also seeded right here Seminole pumpkin seeds, which have not come up. And so I'm hoping that the foliage from the Seminole pumpkins will completely cover this mound, which should be no problem. Use it as a good ground cover. All right, moving on. Got a cranberry roselle. On each side of this one, I've got some empty space, so that is going to be white roselle. Green tea. A couple of onions that I'm letting go to seed because the onion flowers are so pretty. We'll try to harvest those seeds. This is my gold and red amaranth. which is a grain. And this is also acting as a really nice trap crop for some little army worms. I'm just keeping an eye on them. As I find them, I squish them. Potatoes, nearing their end. It's almost time. Got an empty space right here. This trellis is going to be my next trellis that I put some cucumbers on. And another row of potatoes. And this is so pretty. This is pineapple sage. And my little blueberry section. I've actually been picking a fair amount of blueberries every day. Usually I can come out here and pick a handful and eat them for breakfast. Got a fig tree. This row right here are my determinate tomatoes. That's the homestead variety. Here I've got carrots and peanuts, which the carrots are going to get harvested today. Another row of peanuts. Got some empty spots in there. I'll probably throw some spinach in. I'm going to interplant it with my peanuts. This is carrots and sunflowers, which again, the carrots are going to get harvested today. So I'll have a whole empty row, probably put black beans in it. And then these are my indeterminate tomatoes. I'm using the lean and lower method. So I've got a post, cable runs post to post, and each plant is growing up its own individual string, and you could let more line out with the hooks as they get longer and taller. I also have some collard greens from winter in here still that I went ahead and left because they still looked beautiful, and I just planted my tomatoes right around them. If you look over here in this next row of tomatoes, I grew bok choy here. Last year I grew bok choy right here, and I had a bunch of bok choy that seeded itself amongst my tomatoes. Some more onions. Those will probably come out today. I will probably use this row to succession sow more green beans. In here I've got some strawberries, some leftover mustards that I'll let go to seed, a couple of little scallop squashes, and I've got my second little planting of cucumbers over here to grow up this little trellis. And here's the rest of them. Got some zucchini in here along with some strawberries and some kale that is still going crazy from the winter garden. And I've got my strawberry bed. And over here, I have a row of cubanelle and banana peppers because we can never have enough peppers. Oh, and one more fig tree. So that's a quick little tour of what my garden looks like right now. What do y'all have growing? I'd love to see yours. If you want to learn more, listen to the American FarmSteadHers Podcast.